Hello everyone, I am Jasmine Kawa and today I will going to discuss about the consolidation and integration. And to understand more my topic, let's define first what is consolidation and what is integration. Consolidation is the action or process of making something stronger or more solid, while the integration, it is the action or process of integrating or combining. So, have you ever wondered how our government started, how it formed, and what is the history of our government? When the Spaniards colonized our country, they faced numerous struggles before they set up a stable government. There were those who wanted to exchange Philippines for Brazil, which was then a Portuguese colony. The Franciscan missionaries were sure of their stand, and one of them is Father Fernando Moraga, who implored King Philip not to abandon Philippines in the name of Christianity. They refused to exchange Philippines for Brazil dahil gusto nilang ipalaganap ang Christianity sa Pilipinas. There are three main aims of the Spaniards, and those are God, gold, and glory. But their ultimate aim is God, which is to spread Christianity. Spain did not focus on the material wealth of her conquest here in the Philippines, but they added jewel on her crown for the signal honor of the King of Spain and for the sake of their glory. Let's go now to the system of government. To build a well-ordered government in the colony, they created the Council of Indios. This council was composed of a group of men which was empowered to pass laws, to implement these laws, and to render if the implementation of these laws was right or wrong. The king issued royal decrees so that the council ensure that the colony is governed in a peaceful, orderly manner. So here is the organizational chart of the colonial government. First is the Viceroy of Mexico, who was the king. He is superior. Next is the Governor General, he was appointed by the king and parang siya yung kanang kamay ng king. Next is the Alcalde Mayor, who was appointed in the province, and Gobernador Silio, who was appointed in town, and Cabeza de Barangay, who was appointed in barangay or in barrio. Kumbaga, siya yung kapitan. A Governor General was appointed by the Viceroy of Mexico. He is the king's representative and he is the highest ranking official in the Philippines. He enjoyed all the powers endowed upon him by the king, but he has also a duty. The power of Governor General enjoyed military, legislative, and church powers such held these titles: Captain General, Vice-Royal Patron, the President of Royal Audiencia, and Complace. The Governor General had the following duties. First, appoint the officials of the colony, recommend archbishops, bishops, and priests, decide on the work of the military, appoints and receives ambassadors from the other islands in the Pacific like Marianas, Carolinas, and Palau. And last, mediate in the misunderstandings of the church and the government. Governor generals and the other officials had so much power that is commonly abused, and to investigate the abuses, there were created bodies. First was the Complace, and the power of Complace allowed some governor general to abuse their power and position. The second was the Royal Audiencia. This was a council of judges which acted as the advisor of Governor General. He had the power to check and report on the abuses. Third is the Residencia. This was a special judicial court that investigates the performance of a Governor General who was about to replaced. Fourth was the Visitador. The Visitador was appointed by the king specifically to investigate a Governor General who had reportedly committed a serious abuse of authority. During more than 300 years of Spanish rule here in the country, there were 115 Governor Generals. First was Miguel Lopez de Legazpi and the last was Don Diego de los Rios. There were two archbishops, Arch Francisco de la Cuesta and Arch Manuel Rojo. There were also two bishops, Lino de Espleta and Julian de Arechedera. It was extremely difficult to govern the Philippines because it is comprised of several islands. That's why Spain established a centralized colonial government that was composed of national government and local government. The national government maintained peace, collected taxes, built schools, and offered public works. So let's go now to the local government. During the first year of Spanish regime, the archipelago was divided into huge pieces of land and called encomienda, and the head of encomienda called encomendero. In addition to managing his land, he was also the tax collector in his area of jurisdiction. In due time, numerous encomenderos abused their power. Thus, the system was changed to that of a provincial government. The provinces called Alcaja, which referred to the provinces which had been completely pacified, and the head of Alcaja called Alcalde Mayor. These provinces were resistant to Spanish rule and was still strong and called corregimiento, and the chief executive were called corregidor. So let's go now to the duties and power of Alcalde Mayor. First is the duty. His duty is to ensure that the people had enough food supplies, construct road and bridges, give permit to businessmen, and take care to the people's spiritual need. And here is the power of the Alcalde Mayor. First, he is the highest ranking judge in the Alcaja. He monopolized all business establishments in his area. He gave out loans at exorbitant interest rates, and he collected tributes from the people in his area. Kung napapansin niyo po, may mga pang-aabuso sa kapangyarihan na nangyayari. At sa tingin ko, sa aking opinyon, hindi na po talaga mawawala ang korupsyon, pang-aabuso sa kapangyarihan sa ating gobyerno. Dahil kahit noon pa man, kagaya nga po ng diniscuss ko, ay may mga corruption and pang-aabuso nang naganap. Kaya siguro hanggang ngayon, dala-dala pa rin yun ng mga politiko ng ating bansa. So, that is my report and I hope you learn from me. And thank you for listening.